Melanoma, among other cancers, has had a special fascination. It's a 20th century disease. It's really a disease of the rise of a leisure class, the ability to people to have time to go out and play in the sun. And that sun exposure, as many of us all know, leads to skin cancers. Skin cancers on the surface, in theory, we should be able to find those cancers early. So if we are to be successful in screening patients and finding cancer early when things can be treated much more successfully with less treatments, melanoma is a great area to start thinking about screening for that cancer. We've also known that of all the cancers, probably melanoma has had the most impressive track record with immune therapy-based treatments. But we never quite understood why it's so hit or miss. Why in some patients immunotherapy is spectacularly successful, but in most patients it didn't work. Until very recently. Until recently, where our science has showed us the ability of melanoma cells and other cancer cells to turn the immune system off. And this has unleashed a whole new line of attack against melanoma that is now rapidly spreading across other cancers, like lymphoma, lung cancer, and bladder cancer. So melanoma now has become an area of real hot interest for us because its ability for us to study screening and prevention, as well as our ability to understand how the immune system works and to develop new treatments that will allow us to expand those immune treatments to all other cancers. Because this is such a critical need, it's my highest priority to establish a melanoma program here at Hartford HealthCare Cancer Institute. And it's a program that involves multiple team members. It involves specialized doctors in the pathology or diagnosis of melanoma. It involves special surgical skills in the treatment of melanoma, both in the skin and at sites which we don't normally think about where melanoma does occur, as in the eye. And it requires medical oncology expertise in the immunotherapy of cancer. It requires access to clinical trials because all these new drugs that are being developed, which are attacking the genetics of melanoma, the immunotherapy of melanoma, are coming through clinical trials. And so we need access to those trials, which we have through Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. So with that, we are now building a melanoma program for Hartford HealthCare Cancer Institute. We are bringing on board new specialists, such as a surgeon, an ophthalmologic surgeon who specializes in the treatment of melanomas of the eyes. And we're bringing in an immuno-oncologist who has had 25 years of work in melanoma coming to us from outside. So with this, we will be launching a multidisciplinary melanoma program for Central Connecticut